the Chitz and Giggles Podcast.
Hello.
Hola.
Hola. Oh, he's speaking Spanglish, are we?
Spanglish?
Yeah.
The fuck is Spanglish?
Well, it's a mixture between Spanish and English. Spanglish.
Hola is Spanglish.
No. But if you speak in English and Spanish, you speak in Spanglish. Span-English. Spanglish.
What's the deal with Gibraltar? Didn't you tell me like they have a mixture of...
It's Spanglish, but what it is it's in fact gibberish.
Yeah, you told me that. I googled it. I couldn't find the same result.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gibberish as in talking shite. I mean, I think gibberish as in that's their language. They have their own kind of like language thing, which
Maybe
is half
the
English.
region I googled it from, but when I googled it, it said gibberish was like talking shit, whatever.
Yeah, but I think that it's very hard for a Spanish person or an English person to understand what they're saying because it's a mixture of both. It's not just like any old words is in, certain words are in Spanish and certain words are in English, and that's how they do it.
That's their own language.
Yeah. They don't just make it up as they go along. They have certain words that they say in English and certain words in Spanish. Yeah. It's interesting stuff.
I suppose most languages are like that. A lot of the English language is made up of like Viking words.
Like what?
Off the top of my head, blood.
Blood.
Blood. That came from the Vikings.
Wagwan blood. Oh, right.
A lot of the negative words came from the Vikings. Blood.
Negative words.
Yeah, gore, death.
Oh, okay. How's that a negative word?
They're not positive, are they? I'd say they're negative.
Why? Well, I don't know what blood type you are.
They're aggressive words, then.
Aggressive words, that's better. It's more like it.
Language is a cool thing.
We've kind of touched on it before, and you don't understand it, do you?
I don't understand anything.
You don't get it, do you? Why is it? What was it you were saying before?
When?
Oh, there was something like why is Spain España?
Yeah, why?
Spain is...
Why?
Oh God, I've got him started now. Yeah, here we go. Here he goes. Come on, Chitz. What are you saying?
Yeah, I got a 17-month-old baby, and she's learning to talk.
Yeah,
but she's learning to live at the minute, but she's learning to talk.
Yeah,
and my job is to teach her what the objects around her are called, among my other jobs that, as a parent, I do. I was thinking the other day, like, referring to a light bulb. If I was to if she's pointed at a light bulb going, so I'm looking at this light bulb. I'm saying, light! It's a light!
Yeah.
But...
to tell her the word.
But then if I was to go and flick the switch on the wall, I'd say, it's on. It's on. And then I'd knock it off and say, it's off.
Yeah.
Now, those 3 different words, and I could think of many more, I'm telling her that one object is.
Right.
That must be so confusing. How does she distinguish what I'm saying? How can she, in her head, assign words, the noises that I'm making?
It's not so much the words, is it? It's more the fact that when you flick the switch, it comes on. When you flick the switch again, it goes off. So you're saying that when you do, it's now, that's now on. You're explaining what it's doing rather than what it is. You know what I mean? You turn the TV on, you say, look, TV on, TV off. And you're explaining what on and what off is rather than what a light is.
Yeah, okay, but...
Do you know, I see something else? Again, talking of, like, babies and stuff. If you don't read to a child, to a baby, to a toddler, someone that can understand what reading is, but if you don't read to them, they will know something like 2,000 words by the time they're 5 years old. But if you to read to them, just a little book, like every night, every other night, whatever it is, they'll know something like 200,000 words by the time that they're 5 years old.
Yeah, I seen that the other day. Funny enough.
Something along those lines. But it's yeah. Would you like to say something? You put your hand up.
I'm trying to turn it off. Okay.
Yeah, like 200,000 words. I thought that's mental.
Is even that many words?
It might not have been that much, but yeah, there's
Yeah,
still.
I see. I know the video you're talking about. The thing.
Yeah.
I think that's actually how it got me thinking. How the fuck they meant to learn how to speak?
Yeah, but I think it just kind of
okay,
happened.
fair enough. Pointing at the light, and saying light.
Mm.
Then if you go outside in the daytime and you go outside and say it's light, she's looking at the sky thinking, "Where the fuck's the bulb?"
Again, but you're not explaining what a bulb is. If you'd have said bulb, that's a bulb. Then yeah, but you're explaining what light is. Light is the brightness that comes from. It's the light. You're explaining that. You're saying what that is.
Now I can point and say table.
But
I can say
table.
hand.
Yeah.
I can say hair. Or hair for some viewers.
Hair.
But how do they grasp connected words?
Well, I think that's just as they grow up, and that's why babies. I imagine, she can say certain words and she knows what them certain words mean.
I don't know how.
Eventually, well, because she knows that. I don't know, biscuit. Does she know biscuit?
Yeah, okay, but
so she knows
biscuit,
if she says biscuit, you're going to get a biscuit.
But what about connected words? Like
what?
Like, what, and, or, but, other, can.
Well, that's what they learn in school. They learn all this shit in school, surely. I don't know.
I just think it's fascinating.
Ask a teacher. Any teachers out there, can you explain, please? Educate him.
Think it's cool?
School? No, I hate school.
No, I don't think it's cool.
I know what you said.
If you're too school for cool.
I am too... Wait. Yes, that. I was always too school... Too... I was... That one.
It's just something we've always take for granted.
Yeah, I suppose so. But that's the same with like a lot of the stuff with the English language. The English language is hard to learn. I was watching a program earlier about killer whales.
Okay.
It's kind of gone off topic, but it hasn't. And have you seen the I can't remember what program it was, where the group of pack of whatever it is of killer whales, and they're trying to get the seal that's on the bit of ice.
Yes,
and they go up
Frozen Planet. What about the Bros?
Yeah, that was that, but it wasn't that. It was a different program. And in this particular program, they're trying to get the seal, but the grown orcas weren't trying to get the seal to eat it. They were only trying to get it to teach the young, baby how to do it and what to do with it once they caught it.
Yeah.
So they ended up catching it. The whales, they caught this. Is it sea lion? Are they sea lions? Yeah.
Yeah, sea lions.
He caught the sea lion, and then
depends what it was trying to catch. I don't know.
But they didn't kill it. They caught it and slowed it down for the baby to learn how to catch it, and it ended up getting away.
They're incredibly intelligent animals.
They're so... Yeah, I got another story, right? Off the coast of Gibraltar, there's orcas out there.
Yeah.
It's in the Atlantic, but on the Atlantic side. But they're so clever because they started attacking boats. Small boats. Now, they don't normally attack boats or humans, do they?
No.
But those ones around there, one of them got hit by a boat.
So the others
before. So after it got hit, it went and found all its pack and its family and came back and started attacking the boat because it got hit. Months later, it found the same boat and started attacking it, and then they started attacking other boats around it because they were felt threatened by boats all of a sudden.
That's cool. See that? I think that's cool.
They are so clever. Those things. Have you seen Blackfish?
No, is that about the
Shamu.
SeaWorld?
It's about Shamu. Yeah, that is a good documentary. That's a very good documentary. That explains to you actually. That tells you in that documentary why they've got bent over fins.
Is it because their tanks are too small?
Because the tanks are too small. Yeah, and as they're growing up in captivity, their fins, when they're in open water, their fins grow normally. But because when they're in captivity, their fins always fold over. Like Free Willy, for example. I mean, Free Willy's good film actually. But the fins bend over like that because they haven't got enough room to grow properly. So then in the wild, they're all really, really big dorsal fins, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, in captivity, they're all bent over. They're so clever. And again, in that program, it tells you how it wasn't actually Shamu, but it was relatives of Shamu. Like the
Is that a whale, is it? Shamu?
Shamu's the famous whale that from SeaWorld, yeah. Okay. Shamu's the one that first one to kill a human or first one to harm a human, I can't remember. And it was her family, so like the descendants of Shamu, that ended up playing with people. That's what they didn't intentionally kill them at first, but they'd grab them and pull them to the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, and then let them go.
And then and then go and get them and pull them back down again. Literally just playing with them. That's all they were doing.
Yeah.
And one of them grabbed some guy's arm, but didn't do anything except drag him around the pool for a while and then let him go. Because it was obviously that in captivity makes him go crazy, it makes him go mad.
It's very sad.
It is, but they're cool fish. They're mammals, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're mammals. Yeah, they're fucking. They're so clever. They're so clever. I do like whales. The mammals ain't bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. I like them. I'd love to see them. I could go and see them. They're not too far from me.
I've never seen one. Seen dolphins.
I don't think I've ever seen dolphins.
In the wild, yeah. Sharks in the wild.
No.
I've been swimming with sharks.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where was that?
In the water.
Ha! Ha ha!
In the sea.
Fancy that. Well, fancy that. In which fucking country?
The Bahamas.
In the Bahamas. Oh, very nice.
Caribbean Sea, I think. Yeah, Caribbean.
So Caribbean sharks. Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's cool.
I don't know how they talk. I don't know how they talk in the Bahamas.
Yeah, somewhat like that.
Ah, okay then.
That'll do.
Wait, where's Jamaica? That's Caribbean somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, further south.
Oh, okay.
The Bahamas is the most northern region of the Caribbean.
Is it? Oh, okay.
When I lived there, the island that I lived on was actually the northest island in the Bahamas. And one side of the island was the Caribbean Sea, the other side was the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, well, yeah.
And at the end of the island, the two seas met.
Oh. And was there a difference in temperatures between the two seas?
In temperatures, in calmness, the Caribbean Sea, for the most part, would be like glass. The Atlantic would be waves.
Yeah,
the Atlantic was a much deeper blue. The Caribbean was more like a turquoise.
That's the same again at Gibraltar, where the Atlantic meets the Mediterranean Sea, where they meet at Gibraltar. That's where the point is that crosses between Europe and Africa. They meet in the middle there, and there's always clouds. There's always, the temperatures between one side and the other is different. It's mad how the sea affects it, isn't it?
I think that's where our weather system comes from. It's the sea, it's the ocean.
Yeah, because that's what rain is, isn't it?
Well, water.
Yeah, but the rain, the majority of the rain comes from the sea, where the sea evaporates to create the clouds.
And condenses and then rains back down on us, yeah.
There's a name for it, the bit of this, because obviously for it to evaporate, it needs to be a boiling point, doesn't it?
I don't know how it works, obviously the sea doesn't boil.
No, but there's a very thin layer right at the top. Like, there's a name for it, the very, very, very thin layer at the top of the sea, which does, in fact, boil to the point where it turns into a gas.
Is it?
Yeah, there is a name for it. Can't remember what it is.
But
Yeah.
water evaporate. Maybe evaporation and boiling is two different things.
No. When water evaporates, it has
but
to be boiling.
a puddle can be out on the ground
Yeah.
and evaporate in the day,
Yeah.
and it's not boiling.
Yeah, but
Could be
the
20 degrees
water under
Celsius.
here isn't, but the very fine layer on the top is. Like not even a millimeter. Like what I mean, like a very, very the top, like the skim, the very top of it is, because it has to be. The only way water can turn into a gas is by boiling at 100 degrees.
Did you know that thin? Yeah, but 100 degrees. That surface layer you're saying boils at 100 degrees also.
Well, it has to. The only time water can turn into a gas, into vapor, is at 100 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, but this puddle was sat out on a summer's day
Yeah.
that evaporates isn't 100 degrees.
No, but the whole volume of the puddle isn't. But the very, very top, finest layer must do
Why
for it
must
to
it?
turn into vapor. How else is it going to evaporate?
Well, that's what I'm asking you. It's your claim.
Because it must get to 100 degrees. It must boil.
It must.
Must do.
That's it. Yeah, must.
It must. How'd you get water into vapor? How'd you get water to turn into a gas? How'd you get any liquid to turn into a gas? By boiling it?
Not any liquid.
Okay.
Water. The boiling temperature of water.
Water's boiling point. Okay, so water.
Yeah, 100 degrees.
100 degrees, right. So if a puddle is made out of water.
Yeah.
So it must be
That's what
a
I'm saying.
boiling point.
Maybe evaporation's different.
No, because
It
that's what
must be.
evaporation is.
Maybe it's not. Maybe evaporation and maybe the air absorbs it. Maybe I don't fucking know. How does a puddle evaporate if it's not boiling?
But the top layer. That's what I'm saying. The sea evaporates. Any
If
water
I
evaporates.
go and sunbathe next to that puddle, and my surface temperature is not going to reach 100 degrees.
No, because of the volume, because of the amount that's there. You can't measure the very, very top, tiniest layer, can you? Not even like unmeasurable amount. Do you know what I mean? To the point where it evaporates.
Then why doesn't it steam?
It would, if you could see it evaporating.
But a puddle can evaporate pretty quick on a hot day.
Yeah. It turns into a gas,
Yeah.
which means it's evaporating,
Yeah.
which means it must be boiling, surely.
But
I could be wrong.
clouds-
If there's any scientists, teachers watching, or scientists, let us
Clouds
know.
ain't boiling though.
Huh?
Clouds ain't boiling. You can have
No.
cold water vapor.
No, but when it reaches to the cloud, this water, goes below 100 degrees. Let's say, if what I'm saying is correct, which in which case it turns back into a water and stores in a cloud.
I think if water evaporated at 100 degrees and he was walking around on Earth, we'd all be fucking like standing on a steam grate. It'd be boiling.
Yeah, but it's not the whole amount of water. It's only the top of it.
It doesn't matter how much it is. If you touch a match, it's still hot.
I
It's
don't
not a burning
know.
house.
I could be wrong. I think I'm right. I could be wrong.
I think you're right. Let's go with it.
Okay.
It's magic.
We might just be talking shit. It's magic. It's magic. That's what happens. It's magic. Magic's cool. Imagine if magic was actually real.
Is it not?
Or I don't know. Yeah, well, no, I don't think it is.
How else do you get flying reindeers? How does a
I don't know, maybe they ate
obese
too many sprouts and they're full of gas and propels them into the air.
How does an obese 300-year-old man climb down every single chimney in every single house across the world in just a few hours? That's
With it?
fucking magic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is magic that he can still move at 300. He's 300 years old, so
Exactly.
he's immortal. That's magic in itself.
Would you want to live forever?
No, I don't think so. I'd like to I'd like to do an Austin Powers and freeze myself and then wake up again in a few thousand years.
What if you could download your consciousness? Would you live forever then?
In a computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't think that's the thing, though, is it? Is that a thing that someone's trying to do?
Yeah, by the time we come to dying, probably be, if not existing, then not far off. That's why people are freezing themselves. Do you know Walt Disney?
Yeah.
He's frozen himself. Actually, not his whole body, just his head.
What, so he can, when the time comes, put his brain into a computer and
Yeah,
download him?
yeah.
Hmm.
There's a few people who've done it. A lot of people have
What's it called?
frozen.
What's it called? Is it
Cryogenics?
It is cryogenics, yeah.
I believe so.
It's that's pretty cool.
Do you know Theo Von, the comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, on his podcast, he had an expert on. They were talking
What,
about his
cryogenics?
company. Yeah, it was his own company. He's doing his own study. It's pretty cheap as well, like 20 grand, something like that.
That's cool, that is. I'd do it if I could, just like we said in the last episode, just to see what technology and what's out there later on, you know? To see what the world becomes. And
Alright, it's coming around quicker and quicker.
yeah,
It's like a snowball. Just getting more and more rapid.
Magic's cool though, isn't it?
I like magic.
Yeah. It's got to take some skill though. I mean, I've seen magicians and like up front, and you're like, how can people do that without you even knowing what's going on? You know what I mean?
It's an illusion, isn't it? Like,
yeah, obviously, but
sleight of hand.
yeah, but even if you're looking for
the
it,
ball.
even if you're looking for it, you can't see it. There's a program on Netflix. It's called Death by Magic, I think it's called. Have you seen it?
No.
It's a guy that goes around, and famous magicians in the past that died by doing their magic tricks, he tries to redo the trick and work out how they died from it and what they did wrong to die. Do you know what I mean? Where did they fuck it up? And I think it's Harry Houdini. He was supposed to have done a trick where he was in like a barrel thing, and there was a train coming, and he was supposed to get out of the barrel before the train hit the barrel.
Yeah.
And he didn't actually get out in time. But the reason he didn't get out in time, he was in his chains, and he was locked up, and he was in this thing because obviously he was an escape artist, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But it wasn't because he couldn't get out of his chains or anything like that. It was because he actually had a heart attack while he was in there, and because obviously he'd had a heart attack. He couldn't tell them to stop because I'm having a heart attack, because he was having a heart attack. So he didn't die from messing up the trick of such. He died because he had a heart attack and couldn't warn anyone that he was having a heart attack at the time. And then the train just smashed into him.
So why did this guy have to go back to then redo the trick?
At the time,
he had a heart attack.
At the time, he was, I'm guessing, just to explain how it had happened and what actually happened to him. And he actually done the trick, and it was pretty cool. And it's really, really good. But there was a lot more, and I watched him. I'm like, how is this man doing it? It made no sense.
Have you seen David Blaine?
I've seen some of his stuff. Yeah, he's mental, man. He like eats glass and shit.
I know.
It's fucking mad.
On Joe Rogan's podcast, he swallowed a live frog, and then regurgitated it. And then had Joe actually on camera to stick a sword through his arm and come out the other side.
What? And then there was no cuts or anything on his arm, or what?
No blood.
How?
You could barely see a puncture wound. I think you couldn't see it on the one side, but you could on the other because Joe didn't quite do it right.
That's mad. He's fucked up. I mean, I'm sure he's got something wrong
That's
with
not
him.
magic. Like, you know, the people that put swords down their throat. That's not magic. That's
That's just a skill. That's like an art form, innit?
fucking terrifying. Imagine doing that for the first time.
Yeah. Well, imagine getting it wrong. You accidentally just like cut your own throat. Oh wait, we haven't done the jokes from last week.
I'll give you one guess.
You won, so yeah, that's that done. Oh, there we go. Thanks for your comments, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Again. We appreciate it.
Thanks for voting for me. Oh, wait, nobody did. Okay, thanks for voting for Shits. Anyway. Dynamo. Dynamo's good.
I like Dynamo.
Dynamo is good.
Always there's more illusions, isn't it?
There's a lot of illusions. There was one where he walked into a shop, like full of people, and done something and then just dropped, just fell out the air, and his clothes were just on the floor. How'd you do that? In front of a load of people? I'm sure he had got a bottle or something and put someone's phone inside a glass bottle. How the hell do you get a phone in a glass bottle? Just a random bottle that he'd found and put someone's phone inside it. It weren't broken. Didn't have no cuts in it or anything like that. It weren't like a prop.
I seen that. He started by putting coins in it, didn't he?
Yeah. How?
I don't know. It's crazy.
I mean, that's not really sleight of hand, is it? Surely that can't be sleight of hand.
Is he that predetermined? So he's gone there, planted it beforehand.
But not a random person's phone or a random bottle.
Actors. They could be paid actors.
Well, yeah.
Has he ever walked up to you in the street? Do you know anyone who he's walked up to in the street?
No.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
The only videos I've ever seen of Dynamo doing magic is the ones he's published. I don't see someone else's Instagram.
You're just throwing a spanner in the works now, ain't you?
Well, I'm just riffing. What do you think?
Well, you've just ruined magic for me.
You know, he walked across the Thames in London.
Thames, yeah.
Apparently, that was mirrors.
What do you mean it was mirrors?
Like he wasn't actually walking across the Thames; he's walking somewhere else. But then mirrors were projecting, making him look like he was there.
But then he was in a boat in the middle of the Thames.
Incredible thing. That's how a lot of magic tricks on stage are done. You know, like when they go into a cupboard and they turn it around and they open the cupboard back up and they're not there. It's all mirrors. Or they cut the body in half.
Yeah.
It's all done by mirrors. Mirrors are used a lot in magic.
Really? But in when Dynamo walks on the Thames, he walks over to the middle of the Thames and then gets in a boat. How's that?
So did Jesus.
Well, so somebody said to me that, you know, when supposedly was it Jesus that like parted the sea?
Moses.
Was that Moses? Oh,
yeah.
Well, apparently, he done it in that might have actually happened, but it wasn't him that done it. It was just the fact that like tides moved apart at a certain time of year, time of day, and it actually split the water.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And he just said, "Oh yeah, look, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
this is me. There you go. As you were."
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it
do you know who is a good magician? Do you know who else is good at magic? Really good at magic?
Who?
Harry Potter.
I thought he was going to tell me someone I knew then. I was excited.
You do know him?
I like Harry Potter. It's cringy.
No, I like Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter.
I kind of want him to remake it.
They're remaking it as a series.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to go, but apparently though because it's going to be a series, there's going to be a lot more like what's missed in the books in the films. There's going to be a lot more detailed in the series.
Hopefully we get to see the ghoul for once.
The who?
What's his name? The ghoul in the attic.
No idea.
We don't even see him, or he's not even referred to in any of the films, but he's in, I think, all of the books.
And card tricks. Card tricks is just a numbers game, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, card tricks is again sleight of hand, isn't it? It's cheating. They already know the answer. It's cheating. That's what it is. It's not magic.
Some of them are, but then when they say something like, "Oh, pick a card," and then they put it right into the middle, and they go, "This card," but it's been shuffled in such a way
Now
that
the ones where they say pick a card, they take a card, look at it, put it back, shuffle it, and they go through and they say this card, and the answer's no. And you think, haha, what a clown. And then they open up their fucking bag of crisps.
And it's in there.
And it's in there. Now,
yeah.
How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah, and before it, they say, "Oh, sign your name on it first, so you know it's the right one."
Now, unless they're actors and it's predetermined, then
yeah, but I mean that's maybe I don't know. That would make a lot of sense. But the likes of magicians that have been on like Britain's Got Talent and stuff, how do they do it? Surely the judges ain't involved.
How much money is Simon making if these magicians go somewhere?
Yeah,
Maybe
they never
he's
do.
just funding them.
Magicians never do in Britain's Got Talent, really. Name one famous magician from Britain's Got Talent.
I don't watch Britain's Got Talent.
Well, I haven't for years now, but from what I'm aware of, none of them started on Britain's Got Talent.
They don't go anywhere, do they? Britain's Got Talent, they just run
no
a
one on
variety show.
Yeah, no one on Britain's Got Talent ever gets anywhere. Or was it Diversity? Were they not on Britain's Got Talent?
Diversity, yeah.
They were probably one of them. Yeah.
George Sampson, he was another dancer.
Yeah, but again, he's not on, he doesn't do much now. Sorry if you're watching, George, but...
No, he acts a lot.
Does he?
Yeah, he was in Waterloo Road, I remember that.
Bit of a change from dancing to acting on Waterloo Road.
That's all part of the arts and crafts, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I wonder if magic, if it is real, and none of this card nonsense and putting rabbits out of hats.
Yeah.
Like real magic. Like if life itself is possible, then why isn't magic?
Physics. Can't be something that would defy the laws of physics.
What if they defy the laws of physics as we know them? Like at the quantum level, all laws of physics as we know break down.
But if you say, "Oh, look, here's my ring," and put it on the table, and then all of a sudden you go, "Whoom," and it's gone. There's no way that ring could have moved on its own because of physics. Physics says it can't. It has to be moved. Mass can't just move.
Actually, it can.
How?
Particles can disappear from one location in space and time and reappear in another.
Isn't that what bloody Willy Wonka does with his teleportation thing?
I don't know, maybe.
You never seen Willy Wonka?
Scotty.
No.
Yeah, but does he have an elevator? What teleportation device?
No, he puts a bar of chocolate in one of them, turns it on, and it goes to the next, and then one of the kids tries to get in it.
Oh, the fat one, didn't he get stuck?
No, that's when he goes up a tube. That's Augustus.
Oh, I don't bloody hell. Are you a fan or something? You seem to know a lot about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I like Willy Wonka. It's good fun.
Which one? The
Daddy,
Johnny Depp
I want a golden egg. No, I want a golden goose. All right, Wonka, how much do you want for the goose?
That's the Johnny Depp version, isn't it?
No, that's the original.
Is it?
The Johnny Depp version, I'm sure, is exactly the same film.
Well, it's based on the same story.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's the same thing. It's just redone.
Script?
I think so.
Really?
I don't think
like the Disney films, the ones where they redoing them live action.
Yeah, well, it's not really
word for word.
Not really live action, but just a lot more CGI, a lot more computers involved, isn't it?
Tarzan, Jungle Book, they were the actors, the people were real people.
Okay, yeah, I thought you meant like the new Lion Kings and stuff like that, where they got the Lion King, which was a cartoon, and turned it more into like a CGI version.
Okay, realistic then.
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't it be called live action?
No, I'm sure live action would be like actors.
It's not cartoon, is it?
No.
I wouldn't say it's animated. It's not animated.
It's still animated, though, isn't it?
Like CGI animation.
The Lion King, yeah. It's a type of animation, surely. It's not real.
It's magic.
That's what it is. Bloomin' magic.
Technology's magic. Like, you sat the other side of the world.
Well,
You sat in front of me.
Not quite the other side of the world, but just a few thousand miles down.
Well, okay.
I
You
could
ain't sat
be.
in front of me.
I could be sat at the other side of the world, though.
You could be sat next door
Yeah.
for the point of this conversation.
Yeah.
But the point is, you're not sat in front of me.
Right. Yeah.
That is pretty fucking magic.
Yeah. But it's not magic, is it? It's magical.
Well,
it's magical. It's not
Define magic then.
Huh?
Sex is magical. Define magic.
Magic is I don't know.
I can say
I can't think what I'm trying to
video
say.
myself. I can take a video of myself, not doing anything inappropriately, just you know,
saying hello.
hello, hello,
Yeah.
Jackie,
You look
and then send it to you
yeah.
through the air. I don't need like a wire
Through
or
radio
pipe
waves.
or.
Through radio waves. The science behind that can be explained. You record a video or take a picture, whatever you do, or type a message. It gets translated into radio waves to your router, goes down the World Wide Web to a central server, which is a web of wires that go all around the world, to my router, which then goes through the airwaves to my phone and I see it. Explained.
Okay, but through the airwaves.
Mm-hmm. Just like
How does
light
it travel
and
through the
sound.
air? How is it one moment here and in a split in an instant?
Yeah.
You receive it on your phone.
Just like, because it goes through the air like a light does, or sound does, or anything else does. It uses radio waves. It's a frequency, isn't it?
Yeah, but how can a text message? How can a something that I pressed out on a phone, something that I pushed a few buttons, and pressed another button and sent it.
Because when you send it, that message gets turned into a load of zeros and ones and goes to a computer via the air, via a frequency, and then it goes to that computer, and then bam, done.
Exactly, bam, magic.
Yeah, magic. So there you go, magic's real.
It's just spectacular.
It is good. Yeah.
A lot of things that we take for granted
We don't even realise.
are the things that blow my fucking mind. If you just take a moment out of your day and actually think about life, like just what's going on in the world around you. The fact your air is getting sucked in through your lungs without you even thinking about it, and you're pushing out a completely different gas, different air that you just took in, and you were functioning and moving and
Yeah.
doing shit.
That's magic. That's our brains telling us. That's the same thing. Our brains are sending frequencies to your legs, to your arms, to your knees, to the muscles, and telling them to contract.
Yeah, but it's all connected. I can get that. It's connected. It's touching.
But in theory, so is the World Wide Web. The World Wide Web is a web around the world.
But my phone is not connected to anything.
But it is. But your router is.
Yeah, but
Or
so
router
it travels
if you're in
through the
America.
air. That's what I'm saying.
It travels through the air using radio waves, frequencies.
An invisible thing that
Just
we
like
can't
when,
detect
just
with our
like
eye.
when if you was in this room with me right now and I said something, the noise I make goes through the air and into your eardrum.
Yes.
So when I say something, it gets turned into sound waves, vibrations, and your eardrum picks up those sound waves, picks them up, and translates them back into words.
I know you think you're explaining, but you're actually creating more questions.
That's fine. That's no problem. What's the next question?
Well, you haven't answered my first one yet, really.
Yeah.
But
What was your first question?
I know it travels through all the wires around the World Wide Web and goes from, all that shit. But the fact it leaves my phone in the first place,
Yeah.
with no wire connected to it, even if it was a wire, how the fuck does it travel down a wire? But, okay, no wire connected.
But I've answered your question. How does it get from your wireless phone to the World Wide Web? Well, just like my voice gets to your eardrum. What I'm saying right now is wirelessly, my headset is wirelessly talking to my router and then coming out the other side, out of the speakers for you to hear it. So it's just like we're in the same room. It's the same thing, isn't it? When you make a phone call, it does the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand what your question is then.
How?
How? Frequency.
Don't say radio waves. Don't you fucking say radio waves.
Well, that's the answer. What more of an answer do you want? That is the answer.
I thought you'd be more curious. I don't know.
I don't need to be curious. I know the answer. Radio waves. Frequencies.
Okay, then. Answer me this.
Go on.
You said, I write out a message on my phone.
Yeah.
And when I press send, it translates it to zeros and ones, sends it through the air.
Yeah.
You receive it on your phone, translates it from 0 to 1s back into
the message. Yeah.
ABCs, what you can understand.
Correct.
Why not just cut out the middleman? Ditch the zeros and ones, just send the message.
Well, because I don't know if the whole message can travel down the frequency of the radio waves like zeros and ones can.
Oh, so the radio wave is racist.
No.
It only carries zeros and ones.
It's alphabetist. It only likes numbers.
What about twos? I've never seen a two aboard the radio wave train.
No, it's only zeros and ones. Zeros and ones is key. Binary. Binary code. That's what it is. So all it translates back to.
Apparently the code of the universe is binary.
Yeah. Everything's zeros and ones. Morse code, that's zeros and ones. That's just like when they used to use Morse code, they used to type things in, or noughts and dashes from zeros and ones, same thing.
Yeah.
To spell things out. And then they figured out a way to send the noughts and dashes wirelessly.
Can you imagine a language where you would speak the noughts and dashes?
110101101101010?
Yeah, kind of. So there's languages in Africa where in the bush they have to speak like really quietly if they're hunting their prey.
Yeah.
Because they make in their language, I think it's called.
I don't know what you're gonna. Yeah, where they make funny noises with their mouth instead of saying words. That clicks. Yeah, it might be called click.
I think it's called. Yeah, so I was going to say. I think
it might be called click.
But because the click, the noise, doesn't travel as far through the air as your voice. It's the vibration it makes through the air.
Is that why they're done? Is that why they do it?
Yeah, so they're not as loud when communicating.
Okay, that makes sense. That's cool. That's a cool way of communicating, though, isn't it?
But have you tried?
No.
It's fucking hard. I can't do it. Yeah, but they talk at the same time. It's like beatboxing. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Beatboxing's cool. It's hard, though. It uses a different part of the voice box, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, God. We don't have to talk some shit on this. Shits and giggles.
It's magic.
Everything's magic.
Or as Queen Elizabeth once said, it's a kind of magic.
And there's the giggles. You're welcome.
Oh, it's one of the queens anyway. It might not have been Liz, but
no.
There's been so many of them.
Oh, God. That's your joke of the day. Oh, God.
I think that brings it to an end of another episode.
Oh, yeah. Nice, short and sweet episode, I think, that one. That was lovely. Right. Have you got your joke ready?
I got a joke. Oh, actually, do you want to spice it up a bit?
Go on.
How about take the pressure off you a little bit?
Mm.
Let the audience say a joke this week. and we decide the winner.
Oh, role reversal. I like it.
Check the old Uno card down.
Yeah, Uno. That's it. Reverse card. Okay, cool. I like that. I'll save my joke for next week then. Okay.
Cool.
Lovely. So, if you could leave us a joke, and we'll decide a winner on next week's episode. Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll look forward to your comments, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and turn on the little bell for notifications, just in case you get a notification for our next episode. See ya.
Bye.
The Chitz and Giggles Podcast.